Martin, a 3-1 win this evening in Dover. What were your thoughts on the performance?
Well, I think the manager picked the right team. I think that was the first thing, not easy after a couple of setbacks that we've had. We also had a problem that Samir Carruthers came with a very heavy cold and felt worse during the day, and actually then felt worse during the first half, and we had to take him off early in the second half. But in the time he was on the pitch, he of course embroidered the occasion with a typical Samir goal, and that got us off and running. And I thought the general level of performance was very good. It's been in there, we haven't seen it come out. I can understand the fans being frustrated, but we believed in this group, and they've repaid the faith, if you like, tonight.
Yeah, 3 brilliant goals as well to talk about. You know, first with Samir, then with Luke, and Maxwell to top it off right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't right at the end of the first half, was it? Because of course we conceded in that last few seconds. Probably the referee added on a little bit longer than maybe he should have done, but that's no excuse for our lax defending. And that was a test, you know. So in a way, as I say, I was more pleased with the way we played in the second half. We were resolute, and then it went very dark.
We'll make this audio from this point in. Second half, we obviously managed to control that 3-1 lead. You've got to be happy with how we did control it from that point in.
Yeah, very happy. I think the obviously losing Samir possibly risked us losing a bit of control in the game, but the substitution actually worked. We got fresher legs on, and plenty of energy to see it through. And but Joe Young had to make a couple of saves, probably the first real couple of saves he's had to make since he joined us from Wolves. And he came through that with flying colours. If one of those had gone in, we never know, but it didn't go in. And I thought, they lost heart, Dover. They came out of the second half having got that goal just on half time with a real belief they get the next goal quickly, and given that our record of conceding late goals, that they would know all about that. But it panned out better for Dartford because the boys dug in. There was a lot of determination. Actually, the manager was very complimentary at half time, so it wasn't a case of you just letting a goal, what have you done. It was more, remember how you've been playing up to that point. You've been playing really well, thoroughly deserved the 3-0 as it was. And I think the boys took out that confidence into the second half, and I was quite relaxed in the dugout actually, which isn't always the case. I thought we'd see it through, and very pleased, of course. And now we move on to the FA Cup, which has got a Kentish feel to it as well. So we'll see what Saturday brings.
Yeah, it's been an up and down run of results over the past few weeks, but to beat a Kent rival like we have done tonight, it's got to be good for the confidence for the boys.
Yes, it probably means more to those that live in Kent, and obviously we're interlopers from another corner of the M25, but we do recognise the locality of it. We've seen the Kent Cup in the manager's office since we arrived, so there's obviously a prestige in the local games, and that's obviously very satisfying for the fans as well. So I'm pleased we've given them a good evening. We've had a few heartaches in the short time we've been here. Heartaches for us, heartaches for the players, and certainly for the supporters. So a bit more upbeat driving back along that M25 in my case, up the A2 for Dartford fans, I'm sure. But it's been a good night, and hopefully we can carry it on. Getting consistency in non-league football is always difficult. The players are good, but they're at this level for a reason, and maybe they can't be quite as good week in, week out as if they were. They'd be playing higher. Some of these guys have played higher, and I think that the standard of football in the National League South is very good. But we've got to try and find a way to not have moments like the last minute at Chippenham or Taunton, and remember more the feeling that we've got leaving Dartford tonight.
A debut tonight for Frimpong as well, who's brought in last Friday.
Yes.
What do you see him bringing to the side now?
Energy, youth. He hasn't had too much opportunity. He's trained with us a couple of times, and I think he's grasping the opportunity. He's very keen to get on and play his part, and he certainly did play his part in the way we finished the game. So we're always looking to try and upgrade the squad, and there are one or two other irons in the fire, but these boys have done well tonight. They've got the shirt, and they've certainly, apart from illness and the odd injury, I must mention Charlie Sheringham as well, who's hardly played of course this season, but he came on at a really crucial time. Brought us a few free kicks, won a lot of headers, definitely kept the ball in the Dover half, which we were at that point just struggling a bit to do. So it's good to have him back in the group, and we know he's a craftsman, and he certainly proved that and played a big part in just making sure we didn't slacken right at the end.
Yep. A change of competition this Saturday with the visit of Beckenham Town. What are you expecting from that game for us? A good opportunity?
I think the supporters will see it like that. I mean, we see it as another game. Douse went to see the replay when they beat East Grinstead, and so he's well prepared for it, and we'll be well prepared come Saturday. I hope a lot of fans turn up. Maybe the encouragement of tonight will help. But it's the cup, and we've got to be aware that we're the giants, and giant killers do come through in this competition. We've got to make sure that we're in the draw and that we don't be making the headlines for the wrong reasons. So it's another game. We'll treat it with exactly the same respect, which is total respect, and hopefully the team that's done well tonight will. I think Samir will be okay. I mean, it's just a cold, but a really heavy one. We tried to keep him away from everybody else on the bench, but he's such a chatterbox. He was all over everybody, so maybe we'll all be down with colds by the weekend, but I hope not. So, no, it's exciting. It's a wonderful competition. I've been lucky enough to play in it a long time ago, and I've certainly been very, very fortunate to commentate all the way rounds through the first round proper and up to the final itself on many occasions. So I love it, and I hope the fans do too, and I hope we get the right kind of result and we progress.
Brilliant. Cheers, Martin.
Pleasure.